So I'm going to be addressing those issues in this video this week. Alright, that's done. Clean those rails up, and I'm going to get on to the next little phase. I think what we're going to do this week is come in and clean this up a little bit, pop that off, make sure it has grease in it. I mean, it does spin pretty freely. Just make sure that's good. Clean this stuff up a little bit. Get the tire on. I have new tires for it, and then I can start working this. I think that'll work. We're not sitting on the ground, so it's going to suck up in there a little bit further, but we've got some pretty good room in there. Definitely got my hand in there. So, and this is a lightweight little trailer, you know. I'm going to be trying to haul 4,000 pounds with it. Probably 800 would be about it. So that'll do, that'll do. I'm going to pull the tire off and clean up the little backside in there, and I think this fender is going to be done, other than probably just clean this up and put some sort of paint coating on it. Okay, next thing on this side is just do a scuff on there, wire wool it. The idea is to get a protective coating on there, not so much make it look pretty. All right, got the outside strip, got the outside kind of some of the rust knocked off. So I'm kind of at a pause point right now. I mean, it does need wiped down and everything, but I don't want to get into painting that because we got this other fender over here to look at, and whenever I paint, I want to be able to do both of them at the same time, because they're going to need a primer over those, and then hadn't quite figured out what I'm going to do for paint, but yeah, we'll get there. And then of course I'll need to do something to protect the bed of the truck. Not quite sure what I'll do. I got that cardboard, so that might be a good start right there. But yeah, not quite the paint, but going to move on to this fender right here, get it kind of cleaned up, and then start welding it up. I think I'm going to have to cut this out up here, go in and cut all that rot out, and figure out something to fill that gap up with. All right, got the welder out, which means I have done some welding. Well, very loose definition of the term welding. I just did a top one in there, come down, did a side tack in there. I guess it's a little more a tack. And this one right here I had to do a little bit of hammering and prying on, but I got that one in there as well. One thing I noticed, since it's a little bit thicker metal and I had kind of some gaps in there, I had to turn my welding speed up from like a 3 to almost a 5, and that helped it. That way I got a good steady arc going in there, because it's just, you know, like weld, not weld, because the wire's trying to keep up and doing that number. So got that fixed. All right, one more thing over here. It is really hot. It's summer. We're starting out 80 degrees and humid. And this little air conditioner, kill some of that light, this little bugger right here, it ain't a whole lot of BTUs, but I got this thing started first thing in the morning, and it is tolerable to be in here and working. We're almost 9 o'clock in the morning, so that really extends this work out to where I could probably go to 11 o'clock in the morning on these hot days where you don't even want to be outside at 6 in the morning. Anyways, so I'm happy with that. We got our little crack right here that I'll go ahead and to kill a crack, you got to drill a hole, because that's technically a really small radius right there. You drill the hole to kill the crack out, then I can come through and throw a little bit of weld on there. This is thick enough for that welder to weld. Body panels it don't do so good on because it'll burn through it super easy, but I think I like the setting I'm at now, so I can go through and fill that crack up in there, and I'll keep that from going anywhere. After that, it'll be finished cleaning this down, do another scuff on it, and I got a new product I'm going to use on here, and it's the Rustoleum product. The what is it? Reform and seal. And it's rubberized, so it'll act as my undercoating all up in here. Oh yeah, in here. I don't really have metal to go in there that I like. I got really thin flashing material right here that I could rivet on, but that's like really cheesy. And then I got, let's look over here. I got my thicker metal right here that I think's a little too thick, but then I found this kind of the siding roofing material, and it's kind of in between that. I think I'm going to go ahead and just drill that, scuff it, shoot it, and rivet that in, and that'll take up that little area right over in there that I had to cut out due to rot. Okay, I'll put a pop rivet down in the corner so it doesn't get so floppy. We got our folded over edge here. I'm going to continue putting rivets in. I actually started with this middle one right here to kind of get it centered, and then just I'm going to work my way around. Got the one on the end, so now I just need to put those in like that. We're done. I'm going to scuff everything with the red Scotch-Brite right here. Just a good scuff. Wipe it down. Probably do, depends on how dirty it is, probably just do paint thinner on there. And on the outside, I'm going to run, if I get wrangled around here, the self-etching primer on the outside right here. And then I got this satin black I want to use up. It's going to turn kind of grayish, but I got another coat I'm going to put on top of that. I'm going to put a little coat of clear on top of it when it's ready. But I'll do that on the outside of both fenders. I'm going to line my cardboard. I'll probably just put one piece on this side here, and then take the other piece, put it on the other side, because I don't need it the whole length of the trailer. I don't think I'm going to get that much overspray. I was going to use my paint gun, my regular paint gun, to do that, and yeah, I would have needed much more. The other thing, when I get ready to paint, doors got to open, get the AC off. It's getting a little bit too warm in here anyway for it. It can't quite keep up now. We're getting up to almost noon, so. But it did its job. It's still way better in here than what it is outside. Alright, this is what I been meaning to show right here. This, well, apparently it's getting some pretty good glare from outside. This looks like Rustoleum's version of the rubberized rust encapsulator in the can, except for, compared to Eastwood, except for this is 12 bucks. I can get it local. Eastwood I have to order online, and it's 18 bucks. So, makes a pretty good bargain on that. The other thing, their Reform and Seal, the non-rubberized, they have that in the can. Our rust encapsulator, I got a lot of light coming in. The rust encapsulator, I can get the Rustoleum brand for $22 a can. This is $58 a can. And I can get it locally. So I might be swapping brands over here on that. Get my mask off. Oh, I want to walk this thing out now. Woo! Boy, that stuff has a good smell to it. You know it works whenever it's got that kind of a good smell, like you need to wear a mask smell, right? All right, well, I'll let that cure up. I did 2 coats. I waited 1 minute between each coat. I did the first inner fender, did the other inner fender. By the time I got done with that, went back to the first one, then to the second one. That's how I time my coats out. Oh, I'm getting in where it's cool. Wow. All right, all done and painted. It's been a couple days. Make sure it's kind of flattened out how the satin black's going to be. Like I said, that'll kind of turn a little bit different color as it ages with UV. That's what we look like on the inside. There's a little there's a patch panel I put in there, so looks pretty good, solid, and it works. So that'll tidy this one up for this week and get ready to do the next part. Now, wasn't that fun? So one of the products that I showed in here is a new product for me, and that's the Rustoleum Reform and Seal. I think this is their take on the Eastwood Rub Rust Encapsulator in the spray can. I've used that on Project Phoenix. After using this product and seeing their product, I think I'm going to go to this one. I can get this one locally and it's a little bit cheaper, right? It just has to do its job. So one of the things on rust encapsulators and reformer, so on and so on, Project Farm, YouTube Project Farm, his channel, he did a very good test for durability and performance on several of these products. Go check it out. You might be surprised what he found out on there. He did a very good job on that. All right, well, that'll close that one out. I actually got to get back to work because there's more work to be done on the trailer, right? So I'll just see you next time on Broken Tool Garage. Now, I learned in one of the short videos I did, some people don't like NSCs. I bet they're going to really love it whenever I'm putting it on the lug studs here, right?